Hello everyone out there. I hope you guys are doing great. And in this tutorial, we are going to discuss the concept of sets and groups in Tableau. When we talk about sets and group, these both seems to be the same at first. However, in Tableau, they behave quite differently. Coming to groups, groups are used when we want to view the data at levels that are not already present in the data source. Groups are used to combine dimension members to create a higher level member. When a group is created, a default name is automatically assigned using the combined member's name. When we talk about sets, sets are used when we want to limit the amount of information to be displayed. Sets are custom fields that define a subset of the dimension members. Having said that, let's go to the application and try to understand the difference between sets and group using the Tableau data source. So over here, I've connected it in my Tableau application to samples Superstore data that actually comes with the Tableau application. And most of our tutorial that we'll be doing will be using the sample Superstore data itself. So let's try to create a group individually and a set individually, and then try to understand the difference between them. So having said that, what we would do, we would pick up states to create the group. So over here we can see we have the dimension for state. So when we drag states at the rows, we can see that all the 49 rows are listed over here. Let's drag sales to the columns and sort these in a descending order. So now we can see the sales of all the 49 states are being displayed in the form of a bar chart. So what happens when we create a group for this? So to create a group or a set, what we generally do is right click on the dimension, go to the drop down, and in the create, you have the option for either a calculated field, group, sets, and parameters. So we can see both sets and groups can be created from here itself. So let's click on this group icon. So as soon as you click on this group icon, you can see that you get the list of all these groups over here. All these states, 49 states listed. So what we would do, let's select the top 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's select states up to Georgia, and then I would say them group. So now we can see that these 10 states now have been grouped into a one state. So let's rename these we'll say these as grouped states, and the default name, the field name, I'll change it to states group. Okay. So now we have created a group that contains the 10 states and all the other states separately. In this window, we also see an option of include other. So if you check this box, what happens? All the other states that were not clubbed are now clubbed together into one group. So we have two groups now. The grouped states that contain the 10 states that we selected, and an other that contains all the 39 groups that were not selected. So right now, what we are going to do is leave this box unchecked and click OK. So once you click OK, you see there is a new field called as a states group. So let's go to a new sheet and see what exactly is the states group. Bring the states group to the rows, and once again, what I'll do, I'll bring sales to the columns and sort it in a descending order. Now we can see that you have a new state that is called as the group states, which actually represents the sales of all the 10 states that we had grouped, and these are the different states. The ungrouped states are present which we hadn't grouped. So this is how the group function works in Tableau. Coming to sets, let's try to create a set based out of these states and then try to understand how sets actually behave differently from groups. So to do that, what we'll do, we'll go to the dimension, right click on it, and again go on create and select set. Now once you select the set, a new pop-up window opens up. Let's change the name of this set. We'll call this states set. Now, in this, what I would do, I would select again those 10 states that we had. So we had states up till Georgia. So again, we'll be selecting these 10 states and then we do a OK. So now as soon as you create a set, you'll see that now when you create a group, it goes into the dimension part. When you create a set, it goes into the set part. So now you see that you have state set that you created right now. Bring this into the filters, and now once you drag the states over here and then the sales, you'll see that you let's again sort it in descending. Now you can see you have those 10 states only. So now let's try to understand what exactly was the difference between these two. To do that, what we'll do, we'll bring all these three sheets side by side into a dashboard, and then we'll see what was the difference between them. So now we see where this was the original list. So let's name it sales by states. Okay, we'll rename this to group states. And we'll rename this to states set. Okay, so coming back to our discussion, so the first visualization that you see contains all the 49 states and its sales. So when we created a group of the 10 states, we are seeing those 10 states being put together in one state that we have renamed as group state, and all the 39 states individually. But when we created a set for states, we only see those 10 states. So like we discussed earlier, groups are used when we want to view the data at different levels. So in this, we have created altogether a new level of states that contains 10 states, and sets are used when we want to view the subset of data. So over here we can see instead of 49 states, we have only 10 states in our view. So I hope that this tutorial would have made the concept of sets and groups a bit easy to understand in Tableau. Thank you everyone.